I noticed that you have, well, people are very traditional. We, cellists, we have this technique of moving to the fourth position here, and we have
Right.
the nape of the neck. I call the
You have a
apex,
reference there.
the apex of the parabola, and there used to be a little piece that you could buy, and that would mimic that. You could still buy it in some retailers, but I don't think that's available anymore.
I think it's available. You could buy it direct from us, I believe, online. Yeah.
I was thinking about getting that, but yet you have this little, I'll show it in my comparison video, but you have this tiny little brass bit here. And honestly, I was thinking about getting that attachment, but then this works great. That's it. That's all you need.
Well, then you can. The point is too that you can go beyond that. I mean, the access all the way up the neck is something that is, you don't have to go into thumb position to play the upper notes unless you want to. So your choice. Again, taking advantage of the opportunity that an electric instrument offers. You don't have to have that body up there restricting your hand access. Maybe most people who are making electric cellos are really wedded to making it feel as much like an acoustic cello as possible, which is a perfectly valid thing to do. It has to be accessible to an acoustic player because that's where the expertise lies. I mean, people learn to play an acoustic cello and they're interested in electric, and they start out with all the skills that they learned on the acoustic, and so you need to make it accessible to someone with those skills to start with, that tradition and that commitment they made to the acoustic instrument. But then when you go electric, you could put all the limitations that you have on your acoustic instrument, impose that on the electric. For some people that might be nice, but it's just the opposite of what I'm trying to do, which is to open up the possibilities sonically, in terms of playability and versatility of sound and all the things you can do with an electric instrument. That's what I want to focus on. And I consider it, you were asking earlier, how come we get such a great sound out of this instrument? And it's just really letting the cat out of the bag. It's got a great sound. A good set of strings, they're the tone generator, okay? The strings, everything, it starts with the string. And so just being able to listen to that string and convert it into an electrical signal without some kind of preset notion that it somehow has to sound exactly like an acoustic instrument. So then if you're in that frame of mind and you're running around trying to filter the sound or whatever, trying to kind of create this imitation of an acoustic instrument. But I'm not interested in imitation. I'm interested in an original product with its own voice and which looks to the future.
What makes this instrument, what makes NS instruments just so incredibly unique, in my opinion, and I make a joke with people, like my cello teacher came by and he says, how do you play that? Because he played it like a banjo in your hand. This, I consider it a work of engineering art. This is the N-pin stand. Tell me, how did you dream this whole thing up? Because
well, you could talk about, how things are dreamed up. Basically, my way of working is to, it's all about problem solving. You have an electric instrument and you want to get rid of all that, the body, you want to give access to the neck all the way down and take advantage of the benefits of the electric format. Primarily people use our tripod stands, which is great because it's self-standing. You don't have to figure out where to put it or whatever, and it's just right there. Now, not everyone likes those, and a lot of people prefer the end pin. So you have your choice, and you also have your choice of, the frame strap system, so you can, run around on stage with your cello, which people have a lot of fun with that. So it's about versatility. It's about taking advantage of the opportunities an electric instrument presents. When you go to an electric instrument, you do give up some very wonderful features of an acoustic instrument, namely that you have an instrument which is completely self-contained, which you don't have to plug it into the wall or do any other kind of, you don't have to know all that technology. You just have the instrument in hand. It resonates against your body. It's a beautiful thing, and it cannot be really fully replicated in an electric instrument. But there are so many opportunities to do fun and exciting things with these instruments.
Did you design this yourself? Or who came up with this part? Because I find this to be so super minimalistic. It's beautiful. I consider this just as much artwork as that right there. Because because it collapses so wonderfully. It's so portable. Did you design this yourself?
Yes, I mean everything is. I mean, I don't have I don't hire other designers.
Okay,
I'm
that's great.
stuck with it myself. But I love to design things. See, this is the thing. I'm basically addicted to designing things, and more so lately because with the advent of 3D modeling, all these cello, all that precedes my work with 3D modeling. But over the last years, I've become very much engaged with that method of working. And it's fantastic because you can create a design in 3 dimensions in your computer, virtual 3-dimensional object, and then somebody can print it out for you, just like you were to take print out your email, or whatever when you need to, or your Word program, but you can print out 3-dimensional objects nowadays. It's really quite something, very exciting. So that's what I love to do, is the design part of it. That's what I am, a designer primarily. I'm not a musician, but the challenges of making a musical instrument that plays beautifully, sounds terrific, and is visually appealing. Those are the 3 criteria that go into any musical instrument, and it's fun stuff to do.